Hi, this is Kevin Currie-Knight, and I'm doing a review of the Bolse 4-point laser presenter. So this is a laser presenter that you would use for presentations and stuff like that. So I'm a college professor, and as such, we have like all the slide presentations and stuff like that. So I almost always have this with me in class, and I've used a few different laser presenters, and this one is actually really good. First of all, the size of the presenter. You'll notice that it's really a presenter with 4 buttons on the front, the laser part on the top, and then it has this little piece right here that you pull out and plug into your computer to connect with through USB. And it's slightly magnetic, so when you put it back into the laser pointer, it stays. If you put it like this, it won't drop out. So it's pretty good. But the size of this is basically like your typical marker. It's probably about as thick as here's a dry erase marker next to it. So it's similar size, similar shape, stuff like that. It's also got the belt clip so that you can clip it onto your belt, or take it with you, put it in your pocket if you want. It fits really nicely in the hand. It's very low weight. And there are 4 buttons on here, so in order to turn it on, what I'd have to do is press the top and the bottom button. Let me see if I can angle it. What you'll see is when I press the top and bottom button for a few seconds, it'll blink 4 times at the top. Hopefully it conveys. Okay, maybe it didn't convey. So the laser pointer is actually on, and of course I know the laser pointer itself is on because when I press this second button in, that actually controls the laser pointer. I don't know if you can really see that, but it blinks that way. So, and then if I want to turn it off, again, I press the top and the bottom buttons for 4 seconds, and the top blinks 4 times so that I know that it's off. As far as batteries, it takes a AAA battery, and I can't attest to how long the battery life is, but I've had this, use it regularly for a few weeks, probably 7 or 8 hours a week, and it's fine. Sometimes I even forget to turn it off, so it lasts, it's on 24 hours continuously, and doesn't seem to really drain the battery that much, so it probably doesn't use that much battery. So 4 buttons. This button here, if you have a slide presentation, will be used to go to the next slide. So if you press that, it goes to the next slide. The button up here, the other button with the top arrow, that goes back a slide presentation. This is the laser pointer, and this is kind of a multi-function button. There's about 12 different functions you can do. I'm not sure of them all, but I know that if you press, I think, these 2 buttons down at the same time for a few seconds, if there's a hyperlink on your presentation, it will automatically open up the hyperlink. There's a whole bunch of nifty features on here. I mostly use the up-down, and the laser pointer is actually surprisingly useful. I usually don't use laser pointer as such, but it's really useful. So all in all, this is a really nice device. The only potential improvements that I think could be made is that having the down arrow button be the arrow that moves the slide presentation forward, and the up arrow button as being the button that moves the slide back, can be a little bit potentially confusing. I know several times I've pressed the wrong button to go forward because you naturally associate up with forward and down with backwards, but that's a really small thing. You get used to it pretty quickly. The buttons are a bit small. I mean, you have a lot of floor space on here. You could have spaced them out a little bit more, especially when you have to hold 2 down simultaneously. It becomes a little bit more tedious the more spaced out it is. But that's a small thing. I really like the bottom pull-out piece here from the bottom here. You can just attach and detach it. If you're not careful, you'll forget it though, because it is a small piece. And I've forgotten it in a classroom a few times and had to go back. But again, you get used to that pretty quickly. Other than that, I don't think this needs improvement at all. I think it's a great size. It's again, about the size of a marker. Hold it in your hand pretty easily. The buttons are pretty easy to get to and whatnot. And the laser pointer is actually surprisingly convenient. So I really like this piece of machinery, and anyone who needs a reliable laser pointer and remote control for presentation purposes, I would advise that you look at this. It's the Bolse 4-key laser presentation or presenter. It's available through Amazon and some other places, I think. So I'll provide the link to it. And anyway, consider it.